20 Albuquerque police shootings in 20 months led to a community outcry earlier this year and calls for a federal investigation. But in the last 3 months, not a single police shooting, not one. What has changed? Here's News 13's Alex Tomlin.
Dick, the city paid to find out what's leading to a string of shootings, and since then the department has made changes. But Chief Ray Schultz says there were other factors. Scene after scene. Since January, a cop shooting a month for 20 months. Then about 3.5 months ago, on August 30th, a sniper took out a heavily armed burglary suspect in this field off West Central. Since then, not a single police shooting. Police Chief Ray Schultz talked about what's changed over the past few months.
There's no pattern.
But the chief says there was a pattern with the suspects who were shot by APD.
The career criminal attacking a law enforcement officer, we don't see that as often as we did years ago because criminals have actually gotten smarter. Our concern is always the person that is in crisis.
Many of the deadly police shootings have involved people in crisis. Alan Gomez was reportedly holding family members hostage with a gun. After a police officer killed him, cops found a cooking spoon in his hand. Chris Torres had a history of mental illness. Officers who tried to arrest him on a bench warrant in his backyard say he grabbed one of their guns, so they shot him. After that shooting, the chief decided to create a database on suspects' mental illnesses, so his officers would be armed with more information when dealing with them.
We've actually had family members call us about concerns that they may be having with a loved one, and we can actually have a non-law enforcement intervention.
Officers are also getting a better idea of what's going on when they respond to a call.
Our operators and dispatchers have been trained specifically what types of questions to ask, try to get a better feel of what's going on, and then relay that information to the officers.
The chief says his officers are going through new training to de-escalate situations, and he says he sees situations end peacefully every week that in the past may have ended in gunfire.
I see where officers have really gone above and beyond, where they can slow the situation down. Every time we go to a call for service, and especially somebody that's in crisis, that we have an obligation to minimize the interaction, to try to avoid force.
Chief Schultz also wants help from the legislature. He wants a law that would allow jails to supply inmates with a longer supply of prescription drugs when they're sent back out on the streets. Dick?
All right, Alex, 14 of the 20 officer-involved shootings over the past 2 years have been fatal. For months now, the U.S. Justice Department has been considering an investigation into the Albuquerque police shootings, but so far the feds have not made a decision about that.